A pleasure, Lee. A serious pleasure. Thank you. Now, the problem, of course, in Western society is that much of our discourse in society is organized around these categories of who is responsible: the medical model, the legal model, the scientific discourse, as Newtonian as it gets. It's organized around questions of individual accountability, not the accountability of structures. If you run any safety critical operation, which I'm sure many of you do, have done, are involved with one way or the other, how do you meaningfully engage your people in a continuing discussion about safety? There's at least 3 things that I think, if you want people to get to report about things, that we should think about. It should be non-punitive. It should be protected, and it should be voluntary. Organizational justice, to me, is much more about the process by which an outcome is arrived at than the outcome itself. How do we see ourselves make a difference in the community that we aim to serve and improve their life? That was Eric's question. It's not a question at the technical, at the social, at the epistemological level. It is a level at it, which Aristotle said is the hardest to teach, yet the most inspiring and interesting question to ask. We have 3 challenges. The first is a cognitive challenge. The cognitive challenge is very simple. It's about us having to become free of denial that that which we were doing yesterday is still useful. Why would it be? Because it always has been. It means very little in today's world. That something would be the industry standard should mean very little. There is no truth. There is no industry standard that cannot be reduced to the minds of individual citizens. Why is it the standard? Probably for good reasons, but are they still in place, those reasons? Perhaps not. Let's ask these critical questions. Don't accept industry standards simply because they're there. It means extremely little in a dynamic, complex world. And for God's sake, don't cheerlead the past. That's the cognitive challenge, to let go of those things. The strategic challenge, however, is to not only make people aware of the limits associated with these old dying strategies, but also developing alternatives. Develop alternative approaches to keep that discussion about risk alive, even when everything looks safe. And finally, there's, of course, a political challenge. We have to be able to divert resources from these dying strategies from the past and invest them in something meaningful and useful and productive for the future. Nothing, though, nothing is so important as questioning. Never stop questioning, says Einstein. And I think that is what Eric might have wanted us to do. Never stop questioning. Thank you.